Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Jayo Braja Janaranjana Jayo Braja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Girivaradhari. Jayo Yashodanandana Jayo Braja Janaranjana Jayo Braja Janaranjana. Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्रीमद्भय चरणारिंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्रीमद्भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। जमुना मैया की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Canto 3rd, Chapter 11, entitled Calculation of Time from the Atom, text number 6. Trasareno trikam bhunkte yah kala sa truti smritaha shatabhagastu vedhasya taistribhistu lava smritaha. Trasareno trikam bhunkte यह कालः स त्रुटि स्मृतः शतभागस्तु वेधः स्यात् तैस्त्रिभिस्तु लवः स्मृतः. त्रसरेणो त्रिकं भुङ्क्ते यः कालः स त्रुटिः स्मृतः शतभागस्तु वेधः स्यात् तैस्त्रिभिस्तु लवः स्मृतः. Mataji's word-to-word translation. Trasarenu trikam, combination of 3 hexatoms. Bhunkte, as they take time to integrate. Yaha, that which. Kalaha, duration of time. Saha, that. Trutihi, by the name Truti. Smritaha is called. Shatabhagaha, 100 trutis. Tu, but. Vedhaha, called a Vedha. Syat, it so happens. Taih, by them. Tribihi, 3 times. Tu, but. Lavaha, lava. Smritaha, so called. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The time duration needed for the integration of 3 trasarenus is called a truti, and 100 trutis make 1 vedha. 3 vedhas make 1 lava. Purport. It is calculated that if a second is divided into 1687.5 parts, each part is a duration of a truti. which is a time occupied in the integration of 18 atomic particles. Such a combination of atoms into different bodies creates the calculation of material time. The sun is the central point for calculating all different durations. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadate Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshutarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Seeking blessings from all the devotees so that I can speak something for my own purification. This is a wonderful section of Srimad Bhagavatam going on where Maitreya Vidru Samvad is happening. Vidruji has asked many questions to Maitreya Muni in the previous chapters, and Maitreya Muni is answering these questions very elaborately, precisely. And in this section, he is answering one of the questions of Maitreya Muni about time, of Vidurji about time. So Vidurji had asked about the time factor, how this time factor is working, what are the different units of time. So Maitreya Muni is describing in detail about this time factor. In the previous verses, Maitreya Muni describes two units of time, Parmanu time and Param Mahan time. Parmanu time is the time which elapses for the sun to pass over the form of a Paramanu, an atom. The time which a sun takes to pass over an atom, that is called as Paramanu time. And the time of this entire universe, entire life of Brahma, that is called as Parama Mahan time. That is the maximum unit of the time which is possible in this material universe. Parama Mahan. So all these complex descriptions of time may make one wonder, what is there for me in this? Why Bhagavatam is describing all the details of this time factor, which are so very complicated. Anyways, I have difficulty keeping my time schedule. How to understand this, all these complicated things. All this lava and nimesh. One wonderful thing is, in this chapter, you get to know the exact calculations of what is a lava, what is nimesh. We have heard this term many times. Lava matra sadhu sangha. What is lava? This verse describes what is lava. Nimesh, yugaitam nimeshena. We have heard these terms many times. So these are exact measurements of time which are less, very little, very less than a second also. So all these descriptions are there to make us understand, to make us realize how this time factor is working on us, and we are so insignificant. And we are forced to think, is there something called eternal life? Because if everything in this world is controlled by time factor, and I want to be eternal, that is my eternal constitutional position, Satchidananda. So it forces us to think that, is there a way to get out of this time factor? Because spiritual world, it is described, it is conspicuous. Time is conspicuous by its absence. Time is not working in material world in one way. There is no past, there is no future. It is always in the present tense. It is inconceivable for us to understand. So all these descriptions are to make us understand how insignificant we are in this huge expanse of time. Parmanu Mahan time, where are we? For few years we are here. And a living entity thinks, wow, I have conquered so much. In the 12th canto of Bhagwatam, there is a Bhumi Gita. In that, Mother Earth is describing how many powerful rulers they have come. She takes the name of all the powerful rulers, all the saintly kings and the demoniac kings also. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, then Yayati, Nahusha, so many, Ambarish, all the saintly kings, all the demoniac kings. She says that they are all now the list of names. That's it. They are insignificant. So all this description should make us think. Ayur harti vai pumsam udyam astancha innaso tasyarte shanonitau uttama shloka vartaya. If you want eternal life, there is only one way to get eternality. Uttama shloka varta. To the extent we are absorbed in the pastimes of Uttama shloka, to the extent we dedicate our time and consciousness in remembering Uttama shloka, to that extent we are not under the control of time factor. That means we are not coming closer to death, we are coming closer to eternal life. Tasya rite. Apart from the devotees, everybody else, their life is decreasing. Our life is also decreasing. Devotees also die. They come to their eternal life. So that is the understanding. So that's how we have to understand that this world is ephemeral. Nothing is permanent in this world. And we should try for that which is permanent. Bhagavatam again and again repeatedly describes this one desire. Aspire for this one thing. Tasyeva heto prayateta kovido nalabhyate yad brahmatam upariyadaha. Don't aspire for anything which is there in this material universe. Then what to aspire for? Aspire for that which will never be destroyed. That is the lotus feet of Krishna, the chance to practice devotional service. When we hear these discussions of time factor and all this universal form, it is so very difficult to understand. I think few years back, our Prema Gauranga Prabhu, he was giving a very technical description of how so many things which are mentioned in this chapter, how to measure a particular unit of time. He made a pot actually with a copper and a hole in that, and the amount of time which was taken by the water to get completely poured out of that pot. It is so very difficult to even conceive of all these things for a common man. Why Bhagavatam is mentioning all this? Better to hear all the Leela avatars, because they are so very pleasing to hear. As Brahmaji also says, Leela avataran purushasya bhumna apiyatam karna kashaya shoshan anukramishye yaiman supeshan. Leela avatar pastimes, they are very pleasing. They are relished by great personalities. They destroy the foul matter which is accumulated in the years. So why Shukdev Goswami is devoting so much of time in describing all these technical details of the universe and the time factor? In the second canto, in the 10th chapter, in one of the purports, Chakravarti Thakur asks this question. He says, why are you describing always about this universal form and the self? Why there is so little discussion about the qualities and the form of Leela Avatar. I want to hear Leela Avatar. So very pleasing. So it is answered, yes, yes, what are you observing is true. But to whom should the topics about Leela Avatars be taught with relish? Who should be taught this Leela Avatars pastimes? He says, those who have perfected bhakti or nitya siddha, they are spontaneously playing in this ocean of pastimes. They don't need to be told. And those who are sleeping on the bed of sense pleasure, they have already fainted in the waves of suffering arising from karma. They cannot be woken up. So how can we teach these pastimes of the Lord to them? So therefore, he says, still, this Bhagavatam is so merciful. It is a crest jewel of all the Puranas. So merciful that Bhagavatam is repeatedly attempting to trick us and wake us up so that we can take advantage of it. He gives a wonderful example. He says, just like a person haunted by a ghost is revived by a ghost mantra. It was there in the past. So Jiva's absorption in the sleep of Maya can be broken only by the topics concerning Maya. So as we are absorbed in this Maya tendencies, all the illusory energy, when we hear how the Lord has created this material world through His Maya Shakti, then we slowly understand, come to this realization, I cannot become God. I cannot enjoy in this world. Somebody can imitate the Leela Avatars, pastimes. I will also dance with other women or opposite gender. I can also, Krishna was also stealing, I can also steal. These things can be imitated. But can we imitate creating a universe? Creating a small house is difficult. Creating universe makes us understand that I cannot become God. Mayam varnayato amushya ishwarasya anumoditaha shrunvataha shraddhaya nityam maya yatma na muhyati. The more we hear about the topics of Maya in relation with the Lord, we will not be bewildered by Maya. So therefore, Lord keeps coming and keeps inspiring us to wake us up so that we can actually realize what is our constitutional position. He keeps waking us up. Just like if a person is sleeping, you shake him up. Krishna also comes and he keeps shaking us through various ways. Sometimes he gives troubles. Sometimes he sends his devotees. Sometimes he comes himself. He comes as deities. All this is to make us understand that this is not a place to stay. This is not a good place to stay. As it is described, this world is like a bridge. We should not make houses on it. But the problem is, living entities think, no, we'll make some house for some time and then we'll cross over. But this Maya is so strong, it doesn't allow us to cross over. So therefore, there is a repeated discussion about the Supreme Lord. Because unless something is repeated, the dull jiva doesn't understand. That's why things are repeated. Kalau nasti eva, nasti eva, nasti eva. Same thing is repeated so many times. So for pure devotees, they relish Krishna. They relish Bhagavatam. They see Krishna everywhere. Sthavara jangama dekhe na dekhe tara murti sravatra hoy nija ishta deva spurti. They are seeing Krishna everywhere. They are not seeing sthavar and jangam. They are not seeing moving and non-moving beings or entities. They are seeing Krishna everywhere. So they are actually relishing Bhagavatam. But Bhagavatam is so merciful. Bhagavatam can even help those who are absorbed in material sense gratifications. That's why it is described that Bhagavatam, many times you will find that the falashruti of many pastimes are material. You will get this, you will get long life, you will get good wealth. Why all these falashrutis are given? To attract those who are material minded. So that ultimately, reading Bhagavatam, their hearts will get purified. In the beginning, it doesn't look so great, it doesn't look so attractive. But the more we hear, the more we chant, it becomes attractive because the heart is purified. Syat Krishna Nama Charita Pistapya Vidya Pitto Pataptara Sanasya Narochikanu Kintvadarādanu Dinam Khalu Shaiva Jushta Swadvikramada Bhavati Tadgadamula Hantri. Rupa Goswami writes in Nectar of Instruction. Krishna's name, form, pastimes, they are nectar. But the problem is our tongue, we are afflicted with Pitta Roga, that is jaundice. So everything tastes bitter. But the more we relish this, the more we drink this regularly, Kintu Adarad, with respect, Anudinam, regularly, Svadvi Karmad Bhavati, in due course of time, the taste will arise. So therefore, the primary audience of Srimad Bhagavatam is not the pure devotees. Primary audience of Bhagavatam is the struggling sadhakas, because they need it as medicine. That is the purpose of this material world. That's why Krishna has given this Bhagavatam, so that people who have lost the vision, they can be brought back to the spiritual world. That was the answer to the third question in the first canto of Bhagavatam. All the Shaunakadi rishis, they had asked a question. Why Krishna appears from the womb of Devaki? What was the answer? To reclaim the fallen conditioned souls. And to reclaim them, he has sent Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is primarily for those who are struggling sadhakas. And for pure devotees, that is, this Bhagavatam is feast for them. They relish Bhagavatam. And these pure devotees, they are well-wishers of everyone. They are relishing Bhagavatam and they want that everybody should relish Bhagavatam. Everybody should get absorbed in this wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Krishna Bhakti Siddhantagan, he says, Ei Amrita Nukshan Sadhu Mahanta Meghagan Vishwadhyane Kori Barishan Tate Phare Amritasthal Bhakta Khai Nirantara Tara Shesha Jiye Jagajan. So Kaviraj Goswami describes all the devotees to be like clouds. Ei Amrita Anukshan Sadhu Mahanta Meghagan. Sadhu and Mahanta, all the devotees of the Lord, they are like the clouds. And they are full of the nectar of Harikatha. And what are they doing? Vishwadhyane Kore Varishan. They are showering this nectar on the garden of this entire world. And then what is happening? Tate Phale Amrit Phal. And then the trees are growing. And the trees are laden with Amrit Phal. Not ordinary fruits. Nectar fruits. The nectar of pure devotional service. And then all the devotees are eating and then khake pet bhar gaya hai. Still many are remaining. So what to do? Tara Shesha Jiye Jagajan. Okay, take it, distribute. You also get benefited. Because we are full. Because if you are not full and somebody asks you, just like in the line, prasadam serving line, the servers, they are fed first. So that they can, serve nicely. Otherwise, they see a long line and sweet to itna hi bacha hai. Line lambi hai, humko milega ki nahi. So if they are already full, then instead of 1 chammach halwa, they will do 2 chammach also. And Prabhuji, aapke liye, it is for Vaishnav Seva. So, Tara Shesha Jiye Jagajan. So that's what these devotees are doing. They are genuine well-wishers of everyone. Some days back, one of the devotees, he was sharing about His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He was in one conference in the Western world and he saw one person sitting in one corner, alone. So Maharaj thought maybe I should go and just talk to him so that he'll feel good. Nobody's talking to him. He is feeling he may feel left out. So this person was an aristocratic looking person. And these type of people, they build a wall so that nobody should, disturb them unnecessarily. They don't talk to everyone. So Maharaj went and he tried to start a conversation, and this person said, straight, point blank, he said, "What do you want?" So Maharaj, he said, I want to be your genuine well-wisher. So that's how these pure devotees of the Lord, they don't want anything material. They just want to help living entities so that they also come out of their misconceptions. Because the time destroys everything, but time doesn't destroy ego. Time doesn't destroy ignorance. That's what Gajendra, he offers his prayers. Jiji vishena hamiha moya kim antar bahischa vritaye bhayonya. Ichhami kalen nayasya viplava tasyatma loka varnayasya moksham. After offering many prayers, Gajendra, he comes to this realization that what is the use of saving my life, oh my Lord? I don't want you to save my life. Jiji vishe na aham. I don't want to live. Because I am in an animal body, I am covered by ignorance externally also and internally also. Antar bahischa vrita. I am covered. So therefore, O my Lord, in due course of time, ichhami kalena nayasya viplava. Viplava means dissolution. Time destroys everything, but time doesn't destroy this ignorance. So therefore, O my Lord, please destroy this ignorance. And that's why Lord keeps sending His devotees, so that we can be enlivened, we can come out of our misconceptions. But this layer is sometimes so thick that the living entity always feels, but there must be some way still, kuch to hoga. Even though we are beaten many times, but still, some chance should be there. Just like in one place, in one temple, on one festival, devotees had made a cake. It was very nice looking cake, and all the devotees were waiting that cake will be offered and we'll honor it. So the cake was offered, and the first devotee was standing with lots of expectation with a plate in his hand, and the first piece of cake was given to him, and he looked at the cake with lots of expectations. Wow, wonderful cake. And he took the first bite, and his face was turned into distaste. So he thought, what happened? Because what happened was, the cook, instead of putting sugar, had put citric acid crystals. They look same. But the desire to enjoy so much, he says, no, this cake is looking so good, it cannot be so bad. So he turned it around, this side gadbad hoga, other side will be good. So that is the desire. Desire never goes. This is a very simple example. The desire to enjoy never goes. But the more we hear the pastimes of the Lord, the more we hear about this time factor, how we are so insignificant. This time factor can destroy everything. Kalosmi. Bhagavatam can slowly destroy the toughest thing in this creation, that is ignorance. Nothing else can destroy this ignorance. So therefore, all these descriptions are to make us understand that don't try to figure out this world, just get out of this world. Because Srila Prabhupada would always say, the scientists are wasting so much of time, doing so many experiments, how to understand this world. One time an archaeologist came to Srila Prabhupada and he was talking to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada asked him, so what do? He said, Swamiji, I study primitive people. Prabhupada said, what is the use of studying primitive people? We study advanced people. So what is the use of wasting our time? Because the desire is so very deeply rooted. Jantu vaibhave tasmim yam yonim manubrajet tasyam salabhate nirvrati na birajyate. Every species of life people try to enjoy. The desire never goes away. Even if one gets a hellish body. Narakasthopi deham vai. A body of a pig also. The pig never thinks my food is bad. He relishes the food. He relishes his food as we relish our butter halwa. The desire to enjoy is there in every species, and every species gets the same type of enjoyment. In our conditioned state, till the time we are not free of this desire, we can't understand what is actual happiness. But the more we hear, slowly, this desire develops. I want to develop that which these devotees are experiencing. Now I am not able to even understand what is this. But at least I know that these devotees, these great devotees, they have something which I don't have. That gives us hope. Because when we see Krishna has shown mercy to everyone, so he will show mercy to me also. So that is the hope for a devotee. He never feels hopeless. So Rupa Goswami writes in one of the verses in Padyavali, Prachinanam bhajanamatulam dushkaram shinvato me nairashyam jvalati hridayam bhaktileshalasasya. He says, this devotee is praying, oh my Lord, Prachinanam bhajana atula shinvato me. When I hear the intense devotion performed by the previous devotees, you know what happens? Nairashyam, I feel hopeless. Jvalati hridayam, my heart burns. You know why? Bhakti leshala sasya, mera to bhakti hai nahi. I have no devotion of my Lord. When will I reach these standards? Nairashyam jvalati hridayam bhakti leshala sasya. But then, you know what comes to my mind? Vishwadri chinnagaharatava karnya karunya vichim. But then I hear how you have shown mercy to every living entity in one way or other. From Brahma to an ant, you are showing mercy to everyone in some way. Why you will not show mercy to me? Then what happens? Asha bindu ukshiptam. On my burning heart, the cooling drops of hope are sprinkled. So that gives hope. The more we hear Bhagavatam, the more we read how these devotees, they got transformed. What was the desire of Dhruva? He wanted a kingdom greater than Brahmaji. But his fortune was he had Suniti, who directed him. And he got a wonderful guru, Narad Muni. And his desire of enjoyment got transformed to a desire of service. So this entire process of Krishna consciousness is the process of transforming our desires. Even if we have material desires, go to Krishna and ask for those desires. Of course, if they are legitimate, if we really need them. But what Krishna does? Krishna will fulfill the material desires in such a way that the devotee will not ask for the same thing again. How he does that? Krishna gives himself to his devotee. Satyam dishatyarthitam arthito nrinam naivarthado yat punararthitam yataha. It is true that my devotee, if he asks something material, I give him, but naivarthado yat, I will not give in a way that he will ask for the same thing again. Dobara mangega hi nahi. How he does that? Swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichchatam. Krishna gives himself. And when Krishna comes in the life of devotee thinks, oh my Lord, Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayacha, I don't want anything else. So at present, we don't recognize the rarity of what we have received. That's why we are still looking after the things of the world. But the more we put faith in our previous acharyas and our current acharyas and the sincere devotees, seeing their life, their dedication, slowly we also develop a desire, I should also try sincerely. I have wasted so many years. Lots of time has already gone. Then slowly we also start becoming little more serious in our process. And on top of that, Krishna is so merciful. He is ready to give himself. In the story of Ajamil, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes that, just see the power of the names of the Lord. Ajamil chanted without faith, and what he got? What will happen if we chant with faith? Ajamil chanted while dying. What will happen if we chant whole life? Ajamil chanted to indicate his son. What will happen if we directly call the Lord? Ajamil was so sinful. What will happen if some sinless person chants? So that is the result which is waiting for all of us. And the Lord, He is tolerating all the jivas nonsense. Whatever sinful things, whatever wrong things, just like parents, they tolerate a small child passing stool and urine, they never complain. In the middle of the night also, mother wakes up to take care of the child, never complains. Similarly, Supreme Lord, He is tolerating. He allows us to make mistakes and He is waiting for us to grow. Just like this, when a child grows up, then naturally, he doesn't do all those wrong things. He doesn't pass stool and urine, in the bed. Similarly, Krishna is waiting when this devotee, when this living entity will grow up, when he will come back to original constitutional position. Jivera Swarupohi Krishna Nityadas, when he will understand, he is waiting for that. And therefore he is working really hard. He is always guiding, always tolerating. In 6th canto, Krishna is described by one beautiful word, Swanam Paksha Poshanam. He nourishes his own side. He is nourishing his own party. Apne paksh ka poshan. Krishna he declares himself to be impartial. In the next line only, he says, but means whatever previous was said is what it was undone. But those who are devotees, I take special care of him. So that's why in 6th canto we see so many stories. Indra performed so many mistakes. Krishna forgave him. Vritrasur, apparently Chitraketu Maharaj made little mistake unknowingly, but Krishna protected his devotional service. So that's how we have to understand that this process of devotional service, it is so very wonderful. Krishna is again and again telling us, showing us the way, telling us how if we become sincere and serious in this path, then He is ready to give everything. He is just waiting for us to turn towards Him. It comes in the 10th canto when Krishna kidnaps Rukmini Devi. And all the warriors, Rukmi, Shishupal, they are chasing and Krishna is on his chariot. And Rukmini, she is getting afraid. Seeing the army of Rukmi and Shishupal. Krishna, he says, Rukmini Devi, don't worry. In due course of time, you'll see Tavakai Shatravam Balam. Your army will destroy these armies very soon. So your army, it is Krishna's army, right? Balramji also brought his army. He's saying your army will destroy these armies, don't worry. Krishna is ready to give all his opulences. He is ready to share all his glory with his devotees. That's why he's called as Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. The most beautiful aspect of Krishna is he likes to give all credit to his devotees. He is waiting to give credit. In this world, nobody wants to give credit to others. Krishna is opposite. Krishna wants to give credit to his devotees. He says, Nimitta matram bhava sabyasachi, O Arjun, just become my instrument. So what we have to try is, just try to make our heart fertile. The seed of Bhaktilata Bij is given to us by our acharyas, by our predecessor acharyas, current devotees. We have to make our heart fertile, regularly water with Shravan and Kirtana Jala. And if the heart is really fertile, just like Raghunath Das Goswami is described so wonderfully, Yah sarva laukaik manobhirchya saubhagya bhoka chita krishta pachya tatrayam aro panatulya kalam ta prema sakhi phalavana tulya. So this Raghunath Das Goswami, he was so wonderful by his character, by his devotion. He was pleasing all the devotees. Sarva laukaik mano abhiruchya saubhagya bhu. He was so fortunate that he received the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that's why his heart, akrishta pachya, it was such a fertile ground that it was not even needed to plow the land. Yatrayam aropanatulya kalam. As soon as the seed of devotion was sown in the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami, tapre masakhi phalavanatulya, immediately that seed, grew into a full-blown tree. So that is what can happen if the heart is fertile. Doesn't require long time to practice and perfect. But that is Raghunath Das Goswami. What all we can practice, what all we can do is consistent devotion. Because consistency pleases the Lord more than brilliant flashes of devotion. One can do 64 rounds one day and then next 63 days he says, Prabhuji, ho gaya mera chanting. 64, I was anyways doing one round every day. Today I chanted 64. Krishna is pleased by consistency more. So consistent devotion pleases the Lord. And all the devotees, they are working hard to give us that. So this universe, entire universe, is a plan of the Lord. So that He can somehow or other trick us and bring us back. One time Srila Prabhupada, he was giving a class and Shruta Kirti Prabhu, he recalls this. He asked devotees, is the devotee simple or crooked? So one disciple said, Prabhupada, he is simple. Devotee is always simple. Prabhupada said, are you sure? Devotee said, yes, Prabhupada. Devotee is simple. Prabhupada said, no, devotee is crooked, like me. He said, I have come here and I have tricked all of you to becoming Krishna conscious devotees. So that's how Prabhupada has tricked us. Krishna is tricking us for our welfare. Srila Prabhupada, he told once that if American government knew what I was about to do in America, they would not have allowed me inside. That is for our welfare. Just like Matsya Avatar, the Lord enters our life very slowly. He seems very harmless. Prabhuji, you come for one class, one lecture, prasad ke liye aiye bas. And we thought it is harmless. But just like Prabhupada gives the example of the camel in the desert, he was freezing cold and the camel tells his master, just allow me to put my head inside the tent. Na? Then neck also, then one leg, second leg, third leg, and the entire camel is inside. And the master is sleeping outside. Just allow Krishna to enter. And if we allow him to enter, he can do miracles. Just like in one class, Brajbir was telling in the Bhagwatam, our philosophy is we should give Krishna the center of our house. Forget about center, just give one corner to Krishna. Krishna will make sure that he will come in the center. So, provided we are sincere enough. If we want and if we are not able to do so, just allow him to give some space, take some space. And then Krishna is working very hard. He will inspire us. How to bring him in center. Because no one knows how Lord plans. But his plans are best plans. So that's why when the Lord makes plans, we should have faith in his plans. Mahaprabhu, when he was going to Vrindavan, on his way he took a detour and came to Ramkeli. Nobody knew why Lord is, changing his way. And then later Mahaprabhu tells to his associates, Gauda nikate asite nahi mora prayojan, toma doha dekhite mora iha agaman. He tells Rupa Sanatana Goswami that I had no intentions coming here. Gauda nikate asite nahi mora prayojan, but I just came to give you darshan. Ei mora manera katha keha nahi jane, sabe bole kene aila Ramakeli grame. Everybody is asking why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to Ramkeli. He was going to Vrindavan. But Lord makes all the plans to deliver his devotees. And he is very expert in making his plans. And how the Lord will make plan to deliver us? Dainne patri likhi more pathale bar bar, sahi patri jani dwara tumar vyavahar. Because Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami was repeatedly writing letters to Mahaprabhu, expressing their humility, expressing their fallen condition, expecting mercy. That attracted mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's how Lord always makes plans. And we should have faith in the plan of Lord. And to the extent we are reading Bhagavatam, be with devotees, praying, chanting regularly, it will become little easy to accept the plan of the Lord. And if we are really purified, the pure devotees, they can understand the plan of the Lord. It comes in the first canto when Ashwatthama is being chased by Arjun and then somehow Arjun captures Ashwatthama. He didn't kill him. He brings him back, drags him back to the tent. And Krishna was telling, kill him. But now Draupadi, she says, please don't kill him. He is a son of a Brahmana. He is a son of your Guru. How can you kill him? And she gives so many reasons why Ashwatthama should not be killed. Dharmyam, Nayam, Sakarunam, Nirvyalikam, Samam Mahat. Hearing all these statements of Draupadi, Yudhishthira Maharaj says, please don't kill. Nakul says, don't kill. Sahadev says, don't kill. Even Krishna now changes his decision. He says, don't kill him. Only one person is saying kill him. That is Bhima. And then Krishna says, Arjun, you have to fulfill your vow. You took a vow that you will kill Ashwatthama. And you have to please Draupadi also, Bhima also, Yudhishthira also, me also. Now you do. What do you want? You think. Sut Goswami speaks very wonderfully. He says, you know how Arjuna could understand? Arjuna sahasa gyaya harer hardam mathasina manim jhar murdhanyam dijasya sahamurdhajam. Arjun could knew what to do because he knew the heart of Krishna. Whole life he has lived his life according to the principles laid down by Krishna. So he could understand the plan of Krishna. So he cut off the jewel from the head of Ashwatthama and he cut off the hairs of Ashwatthama in a very funny way. So that's how the more we are advanced, the pure devotees, they know the plan of the Lord. They are planning. That's our fortune. The more we come in touch with the devotees of the Lord, slowly we will also understand what Lord wants me to do in this situation. That is our fortune. Navayogendra Swami Maharaj, he was telling once that when he met Prabhupada, practically first time, Prabhupada asked, what's your name? He said, Prabhupada, my name is Yogendra Kumar Sharma. Prabhupada said, now you are no longer Yogendra Kumar Sharma, you are Navayogendra Das. So practically in the first meeting, Prabhupada initiated him. And then he told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you know, when I was young, I had my horoscope done. And I was told that I am very fortunate. And I could make a lot of money. So Prabhupada said, your real fortune is that you have come to me. That is our fortune. So our fortune is coming in touch with this Krishna consciousness movement, coming in touch with the devotee, Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada is so very wonderful. Just like, a few days back, Mukund Malaprabhu was sharing that. Just by attending Mangal Aarti, out of 64 limbs of devotional service, we perform 50. More than 50. Just by being there in Mangal Aarti from 5 to 9. That's the genius of Prabhupada. Prabhupada has kept our all Aartis, all the Rajbhog Aarti and Sandhya Aarti, Mangal Aarti, 25 minutes. You know why? Why only 25 minutes? Why not 30? Why not 35? Why not 20? Rupa Goswami writes in Bhaktirasamrita Sindhu, in one of the Puran, it is mentioned that if somebody stands in front of the Lord for one muhurta, or even half a muhurta, one advances in devotional service very rapidly. One muhurta is 48 minutes. Half a muhurta is 24 minutes. So just by being in Mangal Aarti, standing unknowingly, we are advancing so much. So that is the glory of Srila Prabhupada. He has made us most fortunate without even us knowing it. Just doing parikrama of Tulasi, so many wonderful credits are mentioned. Ya drishta nikhila gasanga shamani sprishta vapu pavani roga anam abhivandita nirashani siktankita trasini pratyasatti vidhaini bhagavata Sri Krishna samropita nyasta tacharane vimukti phalada tasyai tulasyai namaha. Rupa Goswami mentions this in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The power, the benefit of just doing some parikrama of Tulasi, ya drishta, just by taking darshan of Tulasi, one gets purified of the sins. Sprishta, touching Tulasi purifies the body. Just by honoring the Maha Tulasi, one gets purified in the body, one gets free of the diseases. Roganam abhivandita, siktankita trasini. Watering Tulasi, one becomes free from the material miseries. And if somebody offers Tulasi at the lotus feet of the Lord, Nyasta tacharane vimukti phalada, one gets liberated from this material world. So that's how Prabhupada has geniusly incorporated so many powerful things in our Mangalarti. So we should remember what is our fortune. And we should always keep on meditating. Because sometimes, our mind, our conditionings, they may tell us, काम नहीं कर रहा है, not working, छोड़ देते हैं. We should keep reminding ourselves of our fortune. And then slowly, we will also go a little ahead, and one day if Krishna desires, if he shows mercy, we will also get purified. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagwatam ki jai.